Hello everybody, we're the Geeks and the Giants. I am Enzo. This is my forever co-host John. Today, we talk about more zombies, going to Korea for this one with the Wailing, which came out in 2016, the same year as Train to Busan, but this is more slow-paced Korean zombie movie.
Yeah, this one kind of got outshined by Train to Busan,
Yeah,
unfortunately. But I'm very happy that it's kind of like a cult classic now, in my opinion. Like nobody's heard of it, but like you hear like film buffs just being like, "This was a horror movie and a very well made horror movie." You gotta appreciate how Koreans do horror movies,
yeah.
like with Parasite. Well, that's more of a thriller, but like yeah, Parasite, the deep thinking movies like was this the I Am a Murder or something like that?
Yeah.
Uh
There's also one that Bong Joon-ho
that's right.
did.
I Saw the Devil. There we go. My bad.
Bong Joon-ho did. I think this is his first movie. It's about this mutant creature from the water.
Mhm.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called, but it was a pretty good movie too. And then there's his movie with Chris Evans.
Yeah.
All really great movies. And like as a channel set in the Philippines, we try to cover all countries' film output, such as Korea or sometimes Europe. Not many just American movies. Also
Mm.
our movies too. But yeah, I do agree where not a lot of people have heard of this movie, but the people who have heard of this movie say it's one of the best zombie films out there, and I am
Is it a
inclined.
zombie film?
There is
I mean,
a zombie.
there's an aspect of a zombie, but I don't think that is the main like attraction to it. It's not like again Train to Busan where like yeah, it's a flood of zombies in the train. Here, it is a mixture of different types of superstition, horror,
Yeah,
every aspect that you could have, but also done in a way that, like, I don't know. Rewatching this, I watched this like 4 years ago, and it did scare me to a point where I'm like, I'm a little bit afraid to watch it now just for this review. But yeah. Anyway, I think we should like jump in to the story.
yeah. There's a cop. Like the first hour, if you're not initiated, the first hour you're just like, I don't know why this is regarded as such a
Hmm.
like a great horror movie, because the first hour it's kind of more like slapstick with the cop just fumbling around. You're just like, where is this movie going? I don't
Yeah,
understand this pacing.
we have a like the unexpected protagonist, which is this cop. He's not handsome. He's not like a suave detective, like somewhat like John Constantine, like
Yeah,
investigating these murders or something like that. He is straight up just your regular cop. He's a little tubby, and us tubby boys respect that.
yeah,
Um, and he fumbles from time to time, but he gets dumped into the situation where he happens to, well, spoilers, there happens to be two spirits kind of having a little bit of a back and forth within this village, and sadly his family kind of got entangled.
crossfire. Yeah,
Yeah, they happen to be the collateral or somewhat the conduit for these kind of back and forths, which
yeah,
a lot of families do, and the sake of the village kind of is on the shoulders of this cop and figure out what the hell is happening.
yeah. Uh, Junggu, his daughter Hyojin gets sick, and that's when he really starts getting involved. Like after the first hour, like once they confront the Japanese man, that's when the movie picks up for me. It's when
Yeah,
it really ramps up with the folklore horror, because you don't know what the deal with this Japanese man is. You figure out he's a horrible person and he's done horrible things, but like aside from what he has done in the past, you're just like, is he like a shaman? Is he like some evil sorcerer making these
mm,
rituals? And turns out he is just one of, yeah, as you said, two spirits. Like he is the bad spirit. He and the girl is the good spirit. Um,
well, that was the beauty of this entire film is that you didn't know.
yeah,
It was like Who am I gonna believe? Like, I love this director. I don't know if I've watched any of his other films, but I praise this movie so much as that, like, the entire time you're kind of in the same shoes as the detective. It's just like, all right, he's the bad guy, right?
Yeah,
And you're the bad guy, so he's good.
yeah,
Which one is it? You know, you're kind of just like in a back and forth, and they do answer your question at the end of this film, which we'll get to in a bit. But yeah, and especially the opening, like his first case, like he's just having what breakfast with his family, and then they're like, "Hey, there's a murder. We kind of need you to like
yeah.
drop in."
And,
And you see the situation. It's like the dude's wart. He has warts everywhere. His eyes are like all white, and he's kind of dark, like I think covered in soot. I don't know what's happening.
yeah, and like I love how grounded this movie is. Like when he brings in the shaman to cure his daughter, and he sees what's happening to his daughter. Like he has a reaction that any parent would of like, "Can you please stop this ritual? I think you're doing more harm than good to my poor daughter." And you're like, "Yeah, that's a valid reaction." Also when they encounter that person who used to be dead now is the undead, when essentially you're only zombie in this movie, and everyone reacts like they've never seen a zombie before, because why the fuck would they now until now? And they're all just like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what, should I hit you? Should I just run?
Yeah, like the entire time you're kind of just like, I think this is the proper reaction to like just one zombie attack. It's not the type of zombie too that would like, oh, once it bites you, you turn into one as well. It's clearly necromancy as type deal where like this thing is just a weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I feel like there was some like I do remember watching like a video when I first watched this like years back of like how they explained how the story went. I forgot how he explains it. He does it way better. You'll find him in like the YouTube verse if you like type in the Wailing. But
Yeah.
how he kind of eludes us to think that, hey, the dream sequences and all that stuff, it all kind of just melds together. Like sometimes you think that, oh, when the cop guy meets the Japanese man and he's eating somebody or like a deer and he wakes up, yeah, and you think, oh, that was just a dream, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, go on.
It's horrifying too once you see those sequences with the man with the red eyes. You're like, what the fuck are you supposed to be? Like it's not necessarily the easy jump scares. It's just more. It just creeps up on you. Where it's like, that's fucking freaky. I don't like that. Like I don't want to
Yeah.
be in the vicinity when that thing starts crawling towards me. You know.
Yeah.
It just goes up your spine. You're just like left with this uneasy feeling of like I think I'm gonna go to the bathroom break for a while, because this movie is still really getting on my nerves in the creepy sense, which I
Yeah.
love. Essentially, like this movie, it's not only done well with the pacing. Like once you figure out, like, oh, we're done with the slapstick comedy. We're here with the horror now, like true horror, not just cheap jump scares, but horror that you just think about for a while. Like what you said, it really is a thinking man's horror movie. Like Train to Busan is like the more big budget, like
Oh, it's a blockbuster. You
yeah.
kind of turn off your brain and just enjoy what's happening.
Yeah,
Here, like the movie is putting you in the shoes of the detective, where yeah, you see this one female spirit
yeah,
clearly possess this woman, and then there's this Japanese man who's clearly possessed as well,
yeah,
and they cross paths, and one tells him something, the other tells him another thing. One is clearly bad,
yeah,
but is he? Like you're stuck in this like thing, and then we get like the shaman scene
yeah,
where I think again this video like explained it very well, where they adverted your expectations of like, oh, they're showing us the wrong thing
yeah,
at a different time. They're clearly showing us a process, but they're not giving us all of the information. Where he's doing the ritual, you could see that like, oh, they hired the shaman to fight the demon, and they're clearly it clearly shows that they're clashing.
Yeah.
They're doing their own rituals. They're doing their own thing. And I love it that like it's kind of grounded too. That like the Japanese demon guy goes to a market to buy his supplies. I'm like, oh, is that easy? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love how grounded this is again. I do love that red herring of a plot twist where they're like, oh shit, I did the ritual for the wrong spirit, and they're panicking. You're like, but for a while, you're like, how the fuck do you do that? How do you do that on the wrong spirit? And then the real plot twist happens where like, oh, no, you did it on the right spirit. It just stopped you to make you believe that the ritual went wrong because the father believes that the woman's spirit is the evil one, and that's why she's like,
Yeah.
don't go in there, otherwise your whole family will die.
Family will die.
Yeah,
Oh God, I hate those. I hate those moments. Like before, even before that, like scene happened, like him just being like, "Oh, I woke up from a coma because I got attacked by I forgot what attacked him."
yeah,
Like he woke up. He's like, "Oh God, what happened? Hey, where's my daughter?"
yeah,
I was like, "Oh, don't worry, she's at the neighbor's house." And he's like, "You left her alone with a stranger,
Right.
And you go over to the neighbor's house, and the neighbor's just stabbed,
Right.
And the daughter has a knife." I was like, I love those moments. I just love those sort of like, "Oh shit, we left something," or
yeah,
you're like, "Oh shit," like But yeah, going to the ending where it's just so messed up. It is so freaky where you're just like, "Oh crap, get to the house.
yeah.
Don't leave your daughter. Be with her now and get out of there." And then the woman's just like, "Hey, wait for the 3 crows before going in." Just wait for a fucking second.
Yeah,
You know? And then
but he
he's
couldn't.
just like, no. Yeah, he's just like, "No, fuck you. You're the bad one here."
Yeah,
Even us watching that movie, you're like, trust the shaman, clearly. Why did you stop the ritual? Why?
yeah,
Clearly the lady's bad. And then you're like, nope, the shaman was in on it.
yeah.
He works with the Japanese guy, and you're just like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then he's dead. The family's dead.
And like it just ends with him like reminiscing of good old times, and like
Yeah.
the Japanese guy reveals to the priest, who can speak Japanese as well, who he really is. Again, that revelation is brilliant because it's not suddenly the devil appears and he's like this massive hulking creature. It's a slow reveal where like I feel uneasy as the man is just dumping exposition, but he gets more grotesque. His eyes start growing red. His nails start
Yes.
growing longer.
Yeah, he starts to have horns, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Like, I'm like, okay, one, Lady Ghost, make your intentions clear. Uh, none of this riddle shit.
right.
But yeah, yeah, it's not gonna lie, I love that scene where the priest guy is just shivering
Yeah,
in absolute fear, which reminded me of like that scene from Nosferatu.
yeah,
And the thing's just taking his photo. And if I remember correctly, like some theories said, like when they do take the photos, that's why there's a room in his house that's filled with photos. Those are people's souls
yeah,
trapped in those photos. So he's just collecting those.
yeah.
And I love the entire narrative of this movie as well, where the first scene of him, you see the Japanese guy like fishing, is clearly a message of like, this is just him fishing. He had no purpose on targeting this specific family. He just threw a bait and somebody just caught it.
Yeah. And it just happened to be the poor daughter, and you're like, oh, damn. The priest like shivering or like being too scared to move, like is a great example of cosmic horror. Like you can't comprehend what's happening, and if you dare
Yeah.
try to understand, you just lose your mind in the process. And
Yeah.
I think the director did that so well. Again, beautifully shot, like amazingly told. I think, as you said, this is underrated, but the people who have seen this movie, they are right saying that this is one of the best horror movies of this century. I believe. I honestly find no faults like going into the
Yeah.
ratings. I think it's pretty
Agree.
good.
Yeah, I would say of the 2010s decade, since it came out in 2016,
Yeah.
that Hereditary, within that, before 2020, this is probably up there.
Yeah.
It's like at the top. And rewatching it, I kind of forgot how good it was as well. I'm just like, right, there's this movie that everybody kind of glossed over because, yes, well, Train to Busan came out that time.
Yeah.
It is such a shame that like this one kind of, I kind of just got draped over and just got kind of forgotten.
Yeah. Fell under the radar. People just forgot about it for a bit.
Yeah,
But yeah, what would you rate The Wailing?
I would rate The Wailing a solid 9 out of 10. It is a solid, like horror movie where I love it when the horror movie makes you doubt everything as well. You know, you
Yeah.
love it when I don't know who's right or what's what. And like clearly whatever the our protagonist's decisions were are valid because you don't know either what is right or wrong,
Yeah.
or what is the right step to do next, or who to trust. And it's either like if you're very smart or if you've seen this movie, that's the only time when you're like you could actually make a solid decision. But other than that, I love the actors here. Like even the daughter when she's like possessed. Like kudos to you. Like you are the next whatever that girl's name was in The Exorcist. Because that shit was
Yeah,
freaky.
yeah.
Even though it was very short lived, it was freaky. The guy who played the Japanese guy, absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
The woman, terrifying when she like appears at the middle of the night naked.
Yeah.
Terrifying. A lot of these things are just terrifying. It's comedic at the start, it's funny, and the main character is very relatable. The story in of itself, the narrative and everything, beautifully done, beautifully written. And how they chose to direct it as well, where they give you red herrings, they give you misinformation, they put scenes in different places just to kind of make you think that one thing is the other.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. So yeah, it's a 9 out of 10 for me.
Yeah. Same here, 9 out of 10. Like, even though the start, you're just like, kind of like, where is this movie going? Why is it suddenly slapstick? Why is he just a bumbling idiot? Like, once he confronts the Japanese man, and once they like fuck up his place, that's where like, oh, the tone suddenly change, the stakes are suddenly higher, and like it gets more terrifying. Again, not in the like the cheap jump scares type, but like the type that just makes you sit up at night for all being like, huh, that's an interesting presentation of things I thought I knew before. Like that's why I like foreign movies, foreign horror movies that like they present what horror is in a different way than like what America thinks horror is, or like what Western media thinks horror is. That's why in my experience, foreign horror movies get a bit more under your skin. You're just like, I'm gonna sit up thinking about this for a while, and like to the audience watching, what other foreign movies should we do, or foreign horror movies should we do for like the future Halloween installments? Like I know there's this Spanish movie called Wreck, where it's like a found footage movie in a hotel or
It was an apartment.
apartment complex. Yeah, or we can do some of our horror movies here from the Philippines. We can do what do you call that? Zombadings, if you want to do that.
So, no. Okay, well, no. Hold on. I do have a couple of lists of horror movies. Their names escape me, but when we can, we will,
Yeah,
because we do good horror movies. And for the people who actually live here in Manila and like the Philippines, we can relate a lot to the superstition and just like the little horrors of like, you know. There are really good horror movies here, which are just being glossed over by, well, some movies that, in my opinion, have their place in people's hearts. I had to be careful with that one. But yeah, oh, actually, I do recommend this. I think it was Norwegian, or like it's like a Swedish horror movie called The Ritual.
okay.
Yeah, it's been in like Netflix for a very long time, and it's an old movie already, like not old, but like
It's been out for a
maybe
while.
7 years, maybe probably.
Okay.
And I say it's pretty good. I watched it a long time ago in the pandemic, and I was like, this is actually a pretty good one. And it has the bad guy from Jurassic World. The guy was like, call the police, and he
Oh.
just
Oh, okay, that
yeah.
guy. So about to be like Vincent D'Onofrio, a Norwegian film. Interesting. But yeah, if you like what you see here, please leave a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We're also on Spotify and TikTok to see our best and funniest moments. Spotify to hear us on the go. And the Vidrium's Otis Voices on TikTok and Enswolf on Letterboxd. Where can I find you?
Oh, you can find me at JohnJuM_ on Instagram. It is my account.
And until the next time, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Ciao.